So let us see this example. So we want to decompose it into second normal form. Okay. Obviously, after we do second normal form, we will decompose it into other normal forms as well. Okay. So now if you see this, relational schema is given and FDs are given, but candidate key is not given. I am giving you the candidate key so that you don't have to take that pain of finding out the candidate key. But in the exam, you have to find out the candidate key also. Then only you will be able to find out partial keys, super keys and everything. Okay. So let us say AB is the candidate key. Now you can clearly see that B determines C is a partial dependency, right? It is a partial dependency. Okay. Now we have to decompose the table in such a way that there are no partial dependencies. So I will try to find out B plus. If I try to find out B plus, I will get B, I'll get E, I'll get F also. Even though the partial dependency is B determines E, indirectly B is determining F also. That is why there are two functional dependencies which are actually partial dependencies. B determines E and E determines F. Therefore, if I find out B plus, I get B, E, F, right? So I'm going to divide this into two tables. One is R2 and other is R1. Now in R2, I'm going to put B, E, F, right? And now the functional dependencies B determines E will come here and E determines F will come here, right? Now B is the candidate key for this table R2. B is the candidate key for this table R2. Therefore, you don't have to worry about partial dependency anymore. There is no partial dependency. Now the remaining attributes you are going to put here. B, E, F are gone. B, E, F are gone, right? Now what are remaining? A, C, D are remaining. Now we have to have a common attribute so that the decomposition will be lossless. So the common attribute is A determines. So B is the common attribute, right? Now the remaining functional dependencies AB determines C and C determines D will come here. AB determines C and C determines D will be here. Right. Now, if you observe it, B is the candidate, B is the common attribute, and this B will be referring to this B, right? Not the other way around. See, always a foreign key will refer to a candidate key or an alternate key. Since this is the candidate key, you can refer like this. So B determines C. Now if you observe it, the decomposition is in second normal form, right? So for this table, AB is the candidate key and there are no partial dependencies. If you find out A plus or B plus, you are not going to get anything. That is why this is in second normal form, right? Now, if you look at this production, this functional dependency, C determines D, left side is not a super key and right side is not a prime attribute. Therefore, this is not in third normal form. Here also, left side is not a super key and right side is not a prime attribute. Therefore, it is not in third normal form, right? So, in order to get into third normal form, we might have to decompose this again, okay? We might have to decompose this again into R3 and R4. So C determines D is the problem, right? So find out C plus. If you find out C plus, you get CD, right? So I'm going to write CD here and C determines D will come here, right? Now C and D are gone. What are the remaining attributes? A and B are the remaining attributes. A, B are the remaining attributes. C and D are gone, but then you have to maintain a common attribute, right? So here C is the candidate key for R4. The common attribute should be candidate key for one of the keys. Therefore, I am going to write C here. Now this C will refer to this C, right? And here also E determines F is a problem for third normal form. Therefore, I am dividing the table into three parts. So let us call it as R5 and let us call it as R6. E determines F is a problem. Therefore, E plus is going to give me EF. So E determines F is the functional dependency which will come here, and then R5. So E and F are gone. So the remaining attribute is B. Now the common attribute has to be key for one of the tables. Therefore, E is going to be present here. Now this E will be referring to this E, and this B will be referring to this B, right? Whenever you decompose a table, you are going to have foreign keys as well. In the previous example also, when I have decomposed the table, this SID will be referring to this SID. In the previous example also, that is, these are the examples, right? So now if you observe it, AB determines C will be here, and C determines D will be here, and B determines E will be here, E determines F will be here. So it is functional dependency preserving, right? And now we can see that there are common attributes which are candidate keys. Therefore, it is lossless decomposition preserving. Lossless decomposition. They are lossless decomposition, right? Now, one more thing that you have to observe here is, one other thing that you have to observe here is, we got four tables, right? R3, R4, R5, R6, we got four tables. And now, for the first table, AB is a candidate key. Left hand side is a candidate key, therefore this is in BCNF. And for CD, C is a candidate key. Left hand side is a candidate key, therefore it is in BCNF. And here also B is a candidate key, therefore it is in BCNF. And here also E is a candidate key, therefore it is BCNF, right? So this decomposition finally into four tables is converting this table into BCNF. The highest normal form that this table is in is BCNF. Okay, thank you.